This is Dijana Krafcsik from Vifor Pharmaceuticals on the topic of See Me, Hear Me patient engagement. All right. Dijana has a lovely presentation here for us. So Dijana, just over to you. And whenever you want us to take back over, just let us know. All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And good evening from Switzerland. I want to say special thanks to Trish for having me tonight, but also the whole Vasculitis IE organization. Yeah, I have the great pleasure to introduce to you the See Me, Hear Me co-creative initiative. It's about disease awareness for ANCA-Associated vasculitis. I think one thing that I want to highlight is that the organization that I'm working for, Vifor Pharma, is a global specialty pharma organization. It's developing innovations in rare diseases. And one thing what we have in common with patient associations that we want to raise awareness about rare diseases, and that's our joint goal. We do that for different kind of stakeholders. We are looking into a broader information. We placed at as a basis one common theme, and we came up with a common theme of art and voice for ANCA-Associated vasculitis. And we have worked on a website for healthcare professionals, which is called Understand AV. And what I'm going to introduce to you today is the one for patients and carers, and this is called myancavasculitis.com. What it is for, it has been developed together with patients for patients. It should provide a voice to patients, allowing them to express their personal experience. We have many video interviews that we could have done through several countries across Europe, where patients could share their experience with the disease, their stories. We want to empower people affected by the disease to feel in control of their health. I think especially a newly diagnosed patient not knowing what is coming up and what the disease is about. There are a lot of information that are placed on this platform. It should build a bridge. So through this initiative, we have also seen a great opportunity of connections between patients and carers throughout the communities across Europe. But it should also allow healthcare professionals in order to gain insights on what patients are going through, stories, in order to learn more about the disease. What you see here is all people that we had the great pleasure to work with. We had the opportunity to work in several workshops with people together in the Netherlands, in Germany, in UK. Trish also supported us, to see her down here. We're very happy about that. Just a bit of background, the steps on what we have done. In the first step, we did a lot of market research to understand also what are patients going through, what is the patient journey, what are the needs. We had then the great pleasure, and we have her tonight on the event as well, and this is Shanali Pereira. Shanali is very special to this campaign because she is really I would say the heart and soul. She's not only a vasculitis patient, she's also a rheumatologist by training, and she's an artist. And she did work together with us in order to work on different creative concepts that could be as an essence of representing ANCA-associated vasculitis. So what we have done is, together with Shanali and a creative agency, we have worked on several concepts. You see them down here. And it was supported by Shanali's beautiful art in order to make this disease, which is often invisible, visible and tangible. We then took this to a meeting. You see, it was prior to Corona in Brussels, where we had the opportunity to invite patient associations heads across Europe in order to look through the materials that has been developed and also tested. And you see, probably you know those two people very well, Susan and John Mills from Vasculitis UK, during a workshop also in the UK, where we have already assessed and tested which of the concept would suit best. And then in Brussels, then the final creative concept, the visuals, but also even the title, See Me, Hear Me, was then chosen by Pan-European Patient Associations European-wide. We then did an assessment. What are the information needs? How can we complement the efforts of patient associations best? Because this is really much closer and very well connected and well established in the vasculitis community. Where could we add benefit? Where can we add support? And what we did then, based on the input that we have received of information that were considered useful, that we would then took content, brought it to the next country and say, okay, let's validate what we have produced. Let us know if what we have produced is of meaning to you and does help you. And by end of 2019, then we were then in the position to launch the first micro page of that. And then early this year, we had the possibility to make a full website launch where we provided not only website content, video interviews that were shot during those workshops, but also download materials. This is that you can see the content that we have on the site. So we're explaining what is an autoimmune disease and what is ANCA-Associated vasculitis. There is a section on diagnosis and treatment and what to expect. We have a huge section, thanks to fantastic input European-wide, what it means living with AAV, real-life patient stories and case studies that can be downloaded. And we also have one dedicated page for any kind of carers and family members of patients and support to that as well. What is also very important to us that we provide the page in multiple languages. So you see we have it in English, German, Dutch, French, and Spanish so far available. And soon we will be in a position to also launch it in Italian and Finnish. And this could also, we do the languages in line with patient associations that we work with across Europe. Here you see an overview of the level of collaboration and let's say the umbrella organization across Europe is with Julie Power supports heavily is Vasculitis International as well. And throughout Europe, also through Connection, we have representatives or patient association heads and patients working with us from Finland, from France and Belgium. We have two patient associations from Germany, Ireland listed already, Italy, then Vasculitis Stichting with Peter Verhoeven, and of course, John and Susan Mills, the Vasculitis UK community. The initiative of Vasculitis International is also expanding. So I know that Peter Verhoeven is in contact with patient associations in Greece, Malta, and the Czech Republic. So I think it's really fantastic to see the pan-European collaboration of vasculitis patient community growing. We have several disease awareness activities that we pull together in joint forces. So the digital platforms are already talked about. We do a lot of activities on social media, providing information about the disease. The videos and the case studies I mentioned, that's I think also important that we provide them in local language, but also with subtitling in English. So it can be broad and accessible to a broad patient community. And what we did launch during Vasculitis Month or Vasculitis Day in May this year was a collaboration with the Rare Revolution magazine, where we had issued a special edition about ANCA-Associated vasculitis, which again, we also, I think it was the first time for the magazine, translated the content again in multiple languages and launched it through several countries in order to make this information accessible. And there are new documents that are coming on the horizon, and I'm also very grateful for input and collaboration and support. Julie already had a view on the document and provided feedback, and this is a, let's say, patient brochure a document, but also an HCP patient dialogue tool, which was placed back to us as something that could add value. Hence a dialogue tool is somebody's newly diagnosed with this disease to really, in order to walk the patient through and explaining what the disease is about. Yes, early referral and diagnosis of the disease is very crucial, and I think it is amazing through the joint collaboration what what was possible to achieve, and this whole initiative would have not been possible without the input and the support of patients associations across Europe. And I think what is really great is, as this is so important and the patients are diagnosed so quickly, is that our joint media efforts had a reach of over 3 million readers just this year. I think it's really amazing. This is a website and our activities on social media. And with this, I come to the end of my presentation. I want to thank you once more for giving me the time to present these outputs today and the fantastic collaboration over the last months